Live as if you will die tomorrow. Learn as if you will live forever. Wake each day as if it were the last dawn you'll ever see. The golden sun feels warmer. The laughter of loved ones becomes more precious, and unfinished tasks suddenly cease to be postponed. You'll speak words of love more often, forgive more quickly, and live each moment fully, as if holding a precious gem. Yet, at the same time, carry the mindset of one who will live forever, never ceasing to read, learn, explore, and gather grains of wisdom to nourish your soul. One part is a fiery heart living for the present. The other, a steadfast mind building for the future. When these two walk hand in hand, life becomes not just complete, but vast and profoundly meaningful. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. You stand at a crossroads on a misty morning. Before you, paths stretch out, some straight and easy, others winding and steep. Circumstances are like a map handed to you at birth. Some are placed near bustling cities, others in remote mountain forests. But the map doesn't decide where you'll go. It's your feet, your steps, and the turns you choose that shape your journey. Each decision is like a bold stroke on the canvas of your life, sometimes daring, sometimes cautious. And it's these, not your starting point, that create the person you become. Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you respond to it. Picture life as a boat adrift on the sea. Winds, waves, storms, these are the 10% that arrive unbidden, sometimes calm, sometimes fierce, and you can't choose when they come. But the 90% lies in the hands that hold the helm. You choose the direction of the bow, whether to hoist the sails to catch the wind or furl them to weather the storm. Faced with the same wave, some let it sink them, while others ride it to move faster. Life is much the same. It's largely shaped by how you steer your own vessel, not just by the whims of the sea. Happiness is not something you postpone to the future. It's something you design for the present. Happiness is like a garden. If you only stand at the gate, dreaming that one day you'll see it burst into bloom, you'll never witness a single flower. But if today you start planting seeds, watering them, pulling weeds, tiny blossoms will bloom right at your feet. It's not a train ticket to some final destination in the future, but a map you draw each day, with every path, color, and detail you choose. Happiness doesn't arrive as a sudden gift from tomorrow, but as a work of art you craft with your own hands in each moment of the present. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. You're wearing a pair of tinted glasses. If they're rose-colored, the whole world looks gentle and beautiful. If they're gray, the sky, the flowers, even others' smiles turn bleak. The world out there holds countless colors, but what you see depends on the lens within your mind. A blend of your experiences, beliefs, fears, and unhealed wounds. An optimist sees rain as a chance for greener trees. A pessimist sees rain as just another gloomy day. Reality doesn't change. It's your heart and mind that paint it with color. Be the change you wish to see in the world. You stand by the edge of a still lake. You long to see beautiful ripples spread across its surface. But if you only stand and wish, the water remains as still as ever. Only when you gently drop a pebble do the first ripples appear, spreading outward, touching shores you've never even reached. The world is that lake. You are the pebble. Change doesn't come from waiting or complaining, but from the actions you sow today, no matter how small. For to see light, sometimes you must be the first candle lit. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. You stand before a massive door labeled, impossible. It sounds like a dead end, but as you step closer, you realize The word is made of scattered pieces, and within it hides the message, I'm possible, if only you read it differently. It's like a wall that seems to block your path, but when you draw near, you find it's just a curtain on a stage. One bold step, and you'll walk right through. Words, limits, or fears are sometimes just tricks of the mind. When you shift your perspective, what once was a barrier becomes an invitation. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Freedom is like a pair of wings. If you're only allowed to fly in a straight, safe line without ever veering, those wings are merely decoration. The true value of freedom lies in this. You can choose your own flight path, even if it means getting lost at times, brushing against gray clouds, or learning to regain balance after a wobble. For without the right to air, freedom is just a gilded cage. Beautiful, but still a cage. Mistakes are not the enemy of freedom. They're the uneven ground that teaches us to walk more surely. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. You're pedaling a bike on a long road. If you stop pedaling, the bike wobbles and tips over. But as long as you keep turning the pedals, whether slow or fast, on hills or flat ground, the bike stays balanced and carries you forward. Life is much the same. There will be rocky paths, unexpected turns, but the secret to not falling is to never stay still for too long. Each step forward, however small, keeps the wheels of your life spinning. Sometimes you don't need to know exactly where you're headed, just that you're moving forward, and balance will come naturally. Those who do not prepare for the future are those who have no future. You stand on the shore, gazing out at the vast ocean. You long to sail to a beautiful island, but you bring no map, prepare no boat, and gather no provisions. When a sudden storm strikes, you not only lose your way, but are swept back to where you began, or worse, stranded in the open sea. The future is like that voyage. You cannot control the wind, but you can ready your sails, anchor, and compass. Those who skip preparation are not just gambling with their future, but almost certainly writing their own failure. Preparation does not guarantee success, but neglecting it almost certainly leads to failure. Love and be loved, for that is all that truly matters. In the vast sea of life, where waves sweep away fame and time erodes all glory, only love remains a warm, unquenchable flame. When we open our hearts and give love, the world around us seems to glow, colors soften, and the heart's wounds slowly heal. When we are loved, we feel small yet profoundly fulfilled, like a tender leaf trembling in the morning sun, cradled by an entire forest. In the end, when we look back, we realize all we truly carry with us are the moments we loved and were loved. I think, therefore I am. In a moment of doubting everything, the world, the senses, memory, Descartes realized one undeniable truth. His doubting and thinking were proof that he existed. Thought is the silent pulse of being, a flickering flame in the darkness of uncertainty, revealing that we are real in the vastness of the universe. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. In life's endless race, many chase success, believing that its peak will unlock the door to happiness. But upon reaching it, they find the key doesn't fit. In truth, happiness is the first door to open, a warm light that soothes the heart, nurtures strength, and sparks creativity. When the soul is at peace and filled with joy, success will come like a bird returning to its nest, without need for pursuit. Do not judge each day by what you reap, but by the seeds you sow. Life is not just the moments of triumph when you harvest sweet fruit. Empty seasons may leave you uneasy, but what matters more are the seeds you patiently plant. a word of encouragement, an act of kindness, an idea nurtured. They may not bloom today, but they will take root and blossom on some beautiful day. The true value of a day lies not in the basket of fruit in your hand, but in the quiet sprouts growing from the seeds you've sown. Life is a mystery to explore, not a problem to solve. Life is not an equation with a single answer, nor a maze forcing you to find the exit. It is like an enchanted forest where every step holds wonder and surprise. There are turns we don't understand, shadows that spark fear, but moving forward, listening to the wind and watching rays of light pierce through the leaves makes the journey meaningful. When we stop trying to solve life and begin to explore it, we realize the greatest treasure lies not at the destination, but in what we experience along the way. Follow your passion. It will lead you to your purpose. Passion is like a lighthouse in the dark. Through storms or fog, its light steadfastly guides the way. When you follow the call of your heart, the path may be winding and rough, but each step brims with energy and meaning. Passion not only leads you to your destination, but turns the journey itself into a reward where you discover your own strength and find the true purpose of your life. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Time is the sand slipping through the invisible hourglass of life. Each grain that falls is a moment gone forever. We cannot relive youth or reclaim lost days, so why squander them chasing the dreams, expectations, or molds of others? Have the courage to walk your own path, for only then do the moments you live truly belong to you. Every moment is a new beginning. Each second that passes is a blank page where you can write a new story. You don't need to wait for dawn to start anew. Right now, with a deep breath, a small decision, you open the door to a new journey. The past may leave its marks, but the present always opens its arms to invite you forward. Life is a chain of endless beginnings, and you are the one holding the pen to draw your future's path. Fear is the only true enemy of humanity. Fear carries no sword or chains, yet it imprisons us within invisible walls. It whispers doubts in our ears, stifling desires and halting steps before the door of opportunity. The world out there is vast, but to those ruled by fear, it is as small as their comfort zone. Only by facing and stepping through it does that silent enemy vanish and true freedom begin.